And with the third pick, I made the earth sick.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chicago Bulls fans, welcome back to the Third Pick Podcast, episode 37. As usual, it's your guys, Scott Mariano, man. You know to follow me on Twitter, at BarbChair. Scott Mariano, let them know they can get tuned with you.
Yes, man. As usual, at Mariano on Twitter, 2 N's, 2 O's. Like I tell your aunt, she asked me for money. Ain't nothing really changed, you know what I mean?
Nothing changed.
I'm out
Not
here,
even
man.
for the holidays, ain't nothing changed.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's probably over. I got kids and shit. She asking for too much. I don't really know. Like, I think I'm right on that. You know what I'm saying?
You good on that.
Yeah.
We here. This is the Barbers Chair Network. You know to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Barbers Chair Net on Twitter and IG. And if you're watching us on the Barbers Chair YouTube, man, we appreciate that. We've been getting more subscribers to the YouTube page. Keep subscribing to the YouTube, man. Subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/Barbers Chair Network. You got your $5 Summer Sessions package, $5 $79th and Hallis package, and you got the $10 all access where you get everything. Summer Sessions should be coming back this week. And I say should because we're supposed to be recording later today. Now, me and Pavy are down. We're trying to see if Bang's not going to be on this week because Bang is on he's on his radio thing he does. So he's actually sent me a screenshot of him in a meeting with one and only Puff Daddy.
Oh, so, yeah. Oh, well, yeah. Hey, there you go.
yeah. He texted me like, nah, this album got some joints. So, so Bang will be back next week with his whole little breakdown on his Atlanta trip. But Merk's supposed to be on the show with me and Pav today. He hasn't responded back. So if he responds back, you'll get an episode this week. If not, then we'll be all four of us next week. I'm just not recording with Pappy. I've seen this nigga too many times over the last 7 weeks. I'm tired of talking to this nigga. So
shout out to Pappy, man. That's my nigga, man.
That's my dog. That's my dog for real. So I've seen this nigga mad times this week. I'm tired of seeing this nigga. So I don't want to power with this nigga. So it might be back this week. Worst case scenario, it'll be back next week.
It'll be back eventually.
It'll be back eventually.
Yeah, it will be.
We've been good. We've been going every week. Like every week, ever since we Aunt Viv'd my brother and Damien. We've been going every week. We've been going every week. And then last week, I tried to take a week off. And this is how I love our Barbers Chair fans, but they also assholes. Niggas was tweeting me, send me IG messages, what's up with the pods, nigga?
Yep.
Well, I can't take a break off for my birthday, nigga? I can't take a break off?
Hell no.
They want you to pod all fucking day. So
I saw you. I saw your the day after your birthday. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hit you up and all that shit, man. I seen the next day you was like, all right, well, my phone's going back on D&D, so it's over with.
I had a real good birthday dinner. Shout out my nigga Pat Vito. When I say this nigga is the president of West Hollywood, of the West Hollywood area of Los Angeles, I am dead ass serious.
Bro, listen, that's
this
how
nigga
I felt
got me a table at the Nice Guy.
Nigga, listen. I don't know if I told this story on this pod. I don't know. But when I was in LA this summer, I saw my nigga Waz, and the same thing happened at the same place. And when I walked up, I didn't even know the shit had a door. I just looked at them and was like, hey, what's going on? I said the name. They said, oh, right here. And I was like, oh, here we go.
Y'all, you was at the Nice Guy too?
I was at
that's the nice.
I walked right up and I was like, oh,
gee, you, it don't even look like it's a door.
Bro, it don't look
really
like a place. I'm like, these niggas just hanging on the corner, nicely dressed. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Them niggas was like, oh yeah, right here.
Yeah,
and it's a big ass sheet curtain kind of joint.
Waz and Pav are like the Steve Rogers and Tony Stark of LA nightlife. The vibe vengers, as I like to call them.
Very accurate. That's very
so
accurate.
It's like I went there, so Pav was like, yeah, we got a table. So I walked in there, the fake door that you're talking about. And like the lady, you first walk in, there's like a lady right there.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, I'm with Pavy. She's like, okay, cool.
Yep. I'm telling you, all I said to the nigga, I said, wow. They said, oh yeah, right in there.
Mm-hmm.
I looked up and saw the fitted and was like,
so I sat in there, ate good, drank good, felt like Tony Soprano, you know what I'm saying? And then in very hood fashion, after it was over, my nigga Steph was like, yo, I'm low-key hungry still. I'm like, me too. I've been drinking Cosmigos for a couple hours. So we went from a nice guy to across street niggas went to Norms. Now, anybody who don't live in LA, that's like the LA Denny's, nigga. So we going there. I'm like, oh, nigga, these glasses they got washed 5 minutes ago.
You heard what Cisco said, man. One thing you got to know. I'm going to be a nigga for life, man. That's just what it is. Like, I mean, come on,
And niggas had good chicken tenders and french fries. And it's a funny shit. The shit came, I took like one bite. And I was like, you know how when you drunk and like you think you hungry, but you really ain't.
You think
So
you're
I
a
was
lot
like,
of things when you're drunk, and you might not be.
Exactly. So I took like one bite, and I was like, you know what? Let me get a doggy bag. I know it's gonna be sometime tomorrow afternoon. I'm hungover.
Oh
as
yeah,
shit.
and you're gonna be like, oh, bet.
And I was like, I wish I had this. I woke up at like around 12:30 next day. I was like, I do got them chicken
Real
tenders
nigga
in the
activities, man. Yeah, you moving right. All that tell me is that you are living righteous, my fellow Midwest brother, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you, my brother. And I will be
man.
in the D in a couple weeks. I will be
There
in
we
your
go.
hometown.
There we
Actually,
go.
like beginning, I always be feeling New Year's Day because the Bears play the Lions.
Yep.
So there's only two reasons I'm going. One, because my auntie lives there,
Yeah,
and
you
I'm gonna
damn
get
sure
a
better
home
have a
cook.
reason
I'm
to
gonna have a
go.
home cooked meal. Yeah, nobody just want to see the Bears and Lions play. Like,
I mean, nobody. The thing is, like, don't just go to the city if you just like, hey, I just never been here before. I want to see what's going on. Like, yeah, you probably might want to get a reason. I'm born and raised there. You might want to get a reason.
I gotta get me some corn. Cause last time I went was Thanksgiving last year for the Bears and Lions too.
Yeah.
So I was only there for a day. So I'm be there a couple days, nigga. I gotta give me some coney.
You gotta get some coney. Yeah,
I gotta give me some Sweetwater wings, nigga.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna try to see my nigga Cade.
Man.
I'm gonna see if the Pistons in town. So
shout out to Cade, man. Cade Ashwood and all that.
But y'all are here to listen to us talk about the Chicago Bulls. By the way, log into the bcnet.com. Barbershop shop is coming soon. So the Chicago Bulls, man, we're about 8 games into this 2022-2023 campaign. The Bulls are currently 4-4. If the playoffs are there, they will be the 8th seed. And as we're recording this, they are on the second half of the back-to-back. They are in Charlotte getting ready to play the Charlotte Hornets, so we'll not be talking about the game. We don't know what's going to happen. I'm pretty sure Zach LaVine isn't going to play because they're not going to have him play back-to-backs right away. It's been like a real mixed bag these first 8 wins. Real big win last night against the Brooklyn Nets. And I say it's big because even though the Nets have been trash, you didn't want to lose 3 in a row. You lost a couple games that you should have won. And this is a team in Brooklyn who's in flux. Like they
got a lot of nasty shit going on. A lot of nasty shit going on. You don't want to be the team to take an L to them right now. Like you really don't want to be that team at all.
Yeah, exactly, man. So they got a big win. But what's some of your initial thoughts just in these first 2 weeks of the season?
I feel like a lot of Bulls fans are maybe coming back down to earth, if that's the right term to use. Because this 4-4 start feels like it could have easily been 3-5, 2-6. It could have been. You know what I mean? Like we stepped up when we needed to at certain points, especially
also could be 6-2.
See, and that's the thing. But 4-4 is like, okay, remain focused, stay calm, and understand like this is going to be a long season. You guys are not gonna, last year y'all surprised some people maybe here and there. This year, people know kind of, what y'all can do. They know what to expect from DeMar, from Zach when he's available. Io, we'll talk about Io, of course. But it's just, it just kind of is what it is. Like the season is kind of going a little bit how we talked about it. You know what I mean? Like we didn't predict that they would be a top seed, but they could be playing up to the potential. You know what I mean? If everybody's available.
Both said playing.
Yeah, and we talked about health. Health being one of the main things. Health is going to be very important moving on. So. It is what it is. 4-4 is like, man, it could be worse, Yeah,
I think for me, it's more of a. Remember on next Friday when Baby D was chasing Day Day up in Pinky Shot, right?
Yeah.
And then what was Tamala Jones' character?
They can pull the cookie out.
I forgot what Tamala Jones' character was, but she took that brick and she told him, "See, now I done told you." That's what I felt like watching the Bulls these last 2 weeks. Like for anybody who had high expectations for the team. Now, granted, it's early. Zach has missed 3 games?
Yep.
Actually, no, Zach has missed half the games. He didn't play the first 2 games, and he was gonna miss. Yeah, so it's been about 4 games. I think tonight will be his 4th game missed. So Zach has missed around half the games. I get that, but what we're seeing from this team is that
Dewana was her name before
Dewana. That was the name.
I couldn't stop until I found that. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm the same way. Thank you, Dewana. The Tamala Jones been fine forever, but that's a whole nother discussion. But so one thing that's pointing out, this team isn't good enough to just have a 25-point score and Zach just be on the bench.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the loss against Washington, and DeMar had a good look. A good look. I wasn't mad at that shot, but they still should have lost that goddamn game. What was the other game they lost when they was up like double digits in they jet? It was the Spurs game. It was
I was just about to say this, but yeah.
Spurs game. The game that DeMar broke the record.
Nasty work.
just getting outclassed by the Cleveland Cavaliers in your home opener.
Man.
It's like been a mixed bag, but at the same time, and then leaving Joel Embiid wide open.
Bro.
You had a chance to actually beat this nigga for the first time in your career.
Man.
Play good defense for majority of the game, and you leave this nigga wide open.
And then you let him talk some shit after, like, come on, my nigga.
This thing about the Aaron Rodgers thing. Y'all know I hate that nigga more than anybody on God's green earth. But Aaron Rodgers has torched us for 16 years, not just in the regular season, but in the playoffs. Get the fuck out of here, Joel Embiid. How many of them wins have come against rebuilding teams? I love Joel, but get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But here's the positive side of this too. Here's the positive side.
Mm-hmm.
They're beating contenders, which is something they never did last year.
That's a fact.
The last time they played the Brooklyn Nets, and I'm not calling the Nets a contender, but the last time they played the Brooklyn Nets, they mopped the fucking floor with us. Remember it was the big game. And
they went crazy.
That's when shit went to hell, low key. That's when the season went down a cliff.
Yeah, they went crazy. They embarrassed us in front of the
game was over in the first quarter.
Yeah, they went crazy.
The game was over in the first quarter, so you were able to get a win against them. You beat the Celtics after being down. They were down 19 and ended up winning the game by 18. Going out there at home, in a season opener with no Zach. Beating the team that was in the Eastern Conference Finals, that was a Jimmy Butler missed shot away from the NBA Finals at the crib.
That's a fact.
So you get that win. So they're beating content, and they were right in it with Philly. One good thing I would say about this team is they have been coming back. Like there's been games where even this game against Brooklyn, they were down. Absolutely. So they have the comeback instinct, but they have to stop doing stupid shit to put them down in the first place. But the number one observation for me is the same thing we've seen with the Lakers, but not to the length as the Lakers, but this team don't have 3-point shooting. And that's going to be the Achilles heel until maybe something happens to deadline. I do think there's going to be a lot of great players available for the low. Yeah.
It's going to be
everybody tanking for Wembanyama.
It's going to be an amazing tank job.
Yeah,
oh my
it's going to be niggas G League teams are going to be up by like Dr. King Day.
Yes.
So I believe there's going to be a way for you maybe to get you an Eric Gordon or Jordan Clarkson or somebody like at the deadline. But until AK
Jordan Clarkson would be clutch,
man. I would love Jordan Clarkson on the roster. And Chicago nightlife is decent enough now for him to live
he can do his thing. Yeah,
he can do his thing. And so until that happens, you're gonna have a lot of these nights because in today's NBA, you're not winning without 3-point shooting. So to me, it's kind of been a mixed bag. And pretty much what me, you, and Jason Goff thought was this season was gonna be. We had our preview 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like you said, we don't have 3-point shooting in the sense of like, yes, we can run plays to like knock these threes down. We got niggas who can shoot threes. They can make them, but they're not like shooters. Like we're not shifting our game plan to run them off. You know what I'm saying?
The only shooters you have on team that like for when they shoot a three, it's a good chance to go in. It's probably Zach Dragic.
Yeah, because and
that's honestly it. Like we just talking about niggas who can go.
He went crazy in that Brooklyn game. Like we definitely gonna get into that when we talk about the addition of him and Drummond and all that, man. But yeah, so far it's just like, why can't we have nice things, though? We talked about this before. Like I look around the league and you see just the most random teams with just guys who can just shoot the ball. Threes. They just get open and they shoot threes and they knock them down. Like I want nice things too. Yeah, like what's up? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And it's just like one of them things where. That's something that even me and you, we were on the same page with this. And there's a lot of Bulls fans who were upset with the way that, AK went about this offseason. And I said there really wasn't a move out there to me that was going to significantly change the trajectory of this team. It was very hard to move around. Remember, AK finagled the cap a lot.
Yeah, no, 1,000%.
Just to get Vooch and DeMar and AC. So there wasn't too much he could have did, but I do feel like he should have got a shooter or two. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably just the only disappointing thing I've seen. But they need to gain consistency because if it's going to keep being like this, they got 41 and 41 written all over.
Man, yeah, damn. And again, like he can fix this around that time when, the buyout market is, in effect and a lot of guys become the trade market. This can be fixed in the middle of the season because if he's going with if our front office is going with the plan of, okay, we're running it back for sure, but let's kind of see what we're looking like around Christmas and a little bit after, because if we can add a shooter or two to this team to what we, to what we have currently, or, move some shit around, then we can go into the offseason again, like with a completely different plan and say, okay, cool. We added those shooters. We see what we're doing because they are building up. Like you're not gonna build a contending team in a year, especially a year when you strapped and there's no, like you said, there's no significant move to be made. Like I mean, there's really nothing you can do except wait. You waiting to see how the season shake out, really. So.
And like I said, and I want to stress it's very fucking early. It's very fucking early. Like, and when you're doing when you cover leagues like baseball and basketball, so many goddamn games. Like NFL, if you form 4 out of 8 weeks, it's damn near death wish. Like, so NFL is different. With NBA, like we got 8 tonight's the 9th game. We got like 70-something games left. So they got a lot of basketball to play. You look around the league, everybody starting off slow.
Right.
The Warriors look hot ass. I'm not comparing the Bulls to the Warriors, obviously.
Bro, the Blazers, look at the Blazers. Like the Blazers
like,
look.
We all know that shit's not gonna last.
Yeah,
like,
it's Dame and the Damettes. Like, and come on, like they're killing shit. But it's like, come on.
Look at Utah. Utah with like 6-1. Like
Utah looking like the 90s again and all that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like like you said, that is on our side. Time is very much on our side because again, the plan for Zach right now is to just kind of, see what that knee is giving him, see how that knee is responding. And it's like, okay, cool. We're going to keep you off back-to-backs this early in the season. Now you get around, like I said, January basketball, I expect Zach to kind of be pushing through, playing a little bit more. You know what I mean? Right now, it's just turned November, bro. It's freshly November. It's okay.
There's 2 topics I had a rundown. I had to end the rundown. I actually want to bring up to the rundown. Mm-hmm. So I want to talk about I want to talk about Zach's knee and then I want to talk about Patrick Williams. Let's talk about Zach's knee. So Zach has, I think he's only played out of the 8 games. Well, he's played like 5 of them. I feel like or 4 or some shit like that. I gotta look up the actual stat in front of me to see how many. Zachary LaVine has played 3
Zach
games.
Has played. He's played. Well, he's missed 3. He played 5, started 5, so he's missed 3 of the 8.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. So fucking Google sent me off. So he's played 5.
Played 5 games. Yep.
Okay. So he's played 5 games.
33 minutes a game too. So I mean,
33 minutes a game. He's looked pretty good. My question is, haven't really seen him dunking, and he said they asked him about it last night, and he said, he's still trying to get the strength in his knee, to jump, because there's been a couple plays we know Zach would have boomed the nigga. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then he's like just laying it up. Do you have any concerns about Zach's knee going forward? Because even last week, last podcast, we were caught off guard and we found out he was missing the first 2 games. Yeah. There was no mention of this in camp and preseason that he was going to miss any time. It was everything ready to go. So are you concerned about Zach's knee?
Absolutely, I am. And it's not because I don't think that Zach is putting in the work to make sure his knee is good. It's not because I don't trust the training staff. None of those reasons. It's because basketball is a contact sport. And so if you're not even if you can take the contact, if you're not ready to embrace, just embrace that, then it's going to be tough because a lot of what Zach does, like to open up his shot, is get to the rim. Like you said, he's dunking on people. He's finishing around the rim, amazingly. So it concerns me because it's like, damn, bro, if we need you to get a basket and the defense knows that you're not going to be aggressive, that takes away a whole element of your game and our offense when it gets late in the games and, even when you're trying to set the tone. So it's like at the same point where you pay him all this money and you want him to be the aggressor and this to be his team, he's going to have to be passive in situations where otherwise he wouldn't be because his knees just won't, hold up. All it's going to take is to bump knees with somebody, a teammate, a fucking, a defender, whatever, come down wrong. And it's like, damn, bro, like, you don't want to see that shit. And as Chicago fans, we're traumatized when you hear knee injury, when you hear knee problems, knee issue. They had a successful knee anything. Like, I'm not with it. So it concerns me. I do trust Zach. I trust the team and all that to do right by him. But man, I'd be lying if I didn't say I'm sitting there at the edge of my seat every time I see him play, and I'm like, fuck, man, I hope he's good. You know what I'm saying?
Well, as we're talking about this, I'm looking at the injury report. Zach LaVine is playing tonight. In his first back-to-back. Okay. Shout out to Rob Schaefer of NBC Sports in Chicago. He said he asked Billy Donovan if playing in his first back-to-back signals more consistent availability moving forward. He said team's approach remains day to day. Zach LaVine is in. Andre Drummond's missing his 3rd straight game. Kobe White is out tonight. Okay. So that's just today's update pretty much.
Well, that's good. That's good because again, with testing that knee out, you're gonna have to see at some point, is he good? Is he ready enough to play back-to-backs? And you don't want to wait too long in the season to figure that out. You want to know right now. So that's a good sign. Like, I guess the next step would be, once we watch this game and see how he looks, right? Like, let's just see how he does. And again, like I said, I do trust Zach, man. I don't want anybody to take this like, oh, he's gonna nah. Trust that he's doing the work. It's just basketball, but sports,
Yeah, I don't. Anybody question Zach after him playing on that knee during a contract year?
Exactly.
Well, he could have told the Bulls.
He could have shut it down a long time ago and said, "No, nigga, pay me."
He could have said, "Fuck you, nigga. I'm not fucking my money up." I'm not questioning Zach. Yeah. I'm questioning the Bulls because as lifelong Bulls fans, really just not. I don't trust Jerry Reinsdorf on teams with injuries. It's the same shit with the White Sox. So yes, from that level, I'm concerned, but it does make me feel good to know he's playing in the back-to-back tonight because that is good shit. A game like this, you have to win. You got Boston on Friday. You know what I'm saying? They're in the middle of a 3 and 4 night stretch. And they got Boston in Boston on Friday. And then they have another back-to-back on the 6th and 7th of November. So it's this very tough start. So you need to start winning these games. It's just supposed to fucking win. Now, it's good shit that they're beating these teams that they couldn't beat last year, which is good. But the number one thing for Bulls, they got to get some consistency. I know it's early, but break off a little win streak. You know what I'm saying? Get some consistency. And I do feel like Zach being in the lineup every night will help that. Yeah. And I meant to say this in our observations. DeMar DeRozan, man, he's not slowing down.
No, hell no. He's
not slowing down.
And not only is he not slowing down, I think that as great as he's been like in his career, like, he's talented. I think that he's getting better as he goes on because like his understanding of the game, it seems to improve like every year, like game to game. You see him doing things and you just like, damn, bro, like he got it. Like he's one of those guys where he got it. I don't doubt DeMar for a second, not 1 second. So shout out to DeMar.
There was a lot of people was like, can he do it again? And of course, like I said, it's early, but he's starting off pretty fucking good, man. Let's talk about Patrick Williams, the one and only Patrick Williams. I used to be the captain of the bandwagon. I have left that sinking ship.
And it's some numbers here right now, 8 games in that will make you feel comfortable with leaving that ship.
And this is the question I have for you, my friend. So if we look at these games, his minutes, last 2 games he played his highest minutes, 31, 32 against the Sixers and the Nets. He had 12 points last night. Looked really aggressive last night, 12.7 rebounds. Here's my question. I personally don't like the way that Billy's using Patrick Williams. I forgot who said this on Twitter. Somebody in Bulls Twitter said that they're Keith Bogus and Patrick Williams. Oh my God, that he starts the game, but he don't finish the game. Yeah, and it's like you need to. I know we talking about Pat like he's a rookie, but he kind of is because of how much time he's missed injury wise. Like this year was his first training camp, his first preseason, so you need to let him go through the bumps. And I understand in the games you want a guy like Alex Caruso out there. You want a guy like Javonte Green. I'm not mad at it. I get it. But you got to let Pat go through. Like, I was really upset they didn't let him finish the Nets game last night because that was the most aggressive I've seen him all season.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Shoot, I mean, it was one play where Vooch is, like, asking for it. He just, like, backs down Claxton. It's a nice jumper. You want to see more of that. You need to get something out of Patrick Williams because if Pat can even give you 15 a game, that takes this team to another level.
You give us 15 a game, boy.
I feel like Billy needs to let him play, but also Billy sees this nigga every day.
Right.
I don't think he's doing it intentionally, but from a fan perspective, it's like I kind of want to see more from Pat. From Billy, let Pat play. So what do you think about that?
I feel the same way. I think that they need to let Pat like fail a couple times in those moments, right? Like you talk about finishing these games, like regardless of how he does, we need to see him do it. Nobody that's ever performed in a big game didn't fuck up in a big game before. You know what I'm saying? Like you look at and I don't say this to compare anybody to the late great Kobe Bryant, but Kobe needed to airball those threes in order for him to take over games down the stretch because you need to feel the pressure and you need to feel the lights beaming down from you just made a mistake because you went for it. I can live with Pat Williams making mistakes. I just can't live with not seeing him on the court and not seeing him aggressive when he is on the court. So, let him fail. Let him go against those bright lights and melt a couple times and be like, damn, bro, you need to know how I feel in those moments to take those shots. a elbow jumper in the first quarter ain't the same as the one in the fourth. When you down 2 or you up 1 and you trying to extend that lead, like he needs to be finishing those games. But like you said, I will defer to that point. Billy sees him every day. But because Billy sees him every day, I think that Billy doesn't need to get content with what he sees, and he needs to be like, hey, look, we got to light this fire. Like, go ahead, go. Like, just go do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Even if you get a favorable matchup one time in these games coming up, give him the green light. Go do your thing. Go take the shots that's comfortable for you. We're going to run some shit for you. Let's see what's up. Because like you said, if you can get him in the double digits, you can be around, like we talked about with Jason Goff. If he can be 14 and 6 or 14 and 7, hey,
takes you to another level.
Listen, this team is a completely different team if you know you're getting 14 from this guy. 14 and 7, 14 and 6, whatever. So, right now though, man, it's I love Pat. I do, and I'm still holding out hope because he hasn't had a lot of time, but it's like at some point it's like
I'm giving him this season.
No, that's exactly what it is. At the end of this season, we will know exactly who he is, and I don't want to hear shit after that. Like,
I know who we do know who he is. Alec Jacoby Kobe White. You know who the fuck he is. Shooting 29.4% from 3.
Hey man,
38% overall. Come on, I'm tired. Look, man, this nigga started the season going 4 for 11. Didn't play last night. He's not playing again today. I don't even know what it is. Like this thing about Kobe White, like he need to be off the team, but it's like, what the fuck are you getting for him from
last season? We should have got what we can get for him when his stock was like sort of
decent.
It was decent. Yeah, it was up
like
from
before
what
the season started.
Yeah, absolutely. So his stock was like decent. It was going at a pace where a team that was going to be a playoff team might have took a shot at and looked at him and said, we might can use him off the bench because he jumped in a couple games. Now they like, oh, y'all can keep homie. Like, shit. Woo, close one. Like, we dodged it.
You're not getting nothing of use that will help you more than he's already helping you right now.
Niggas gonna give you a firm handshake for Kobe White right now.
Yeah. Exactly.
Firm handshake. Firm thank you, my G. And that's it.
That's all you getting, man. It's just like, and that's the problem. If Kobe could consistently hit threes, that would fill a major void. This nigga was drafted 7.
Man, don't remind me.
7th overall draft pick. Shooting 29.4% from 3.
Yeah. And it ain't the hair. He cut the hair and shit. So niggas can't, you know what I mean? It wasn't that. I remember everybody was saying that when he came in, like, he dribbled to the rim with his head down because of the hair. And I remember all the jokes and shit, but it's like, no, that nigga's just like that. We talked about this last year on the pod. We talked about it now, and we talked about it and he said, who is he? And like, that's who he is. He's just an inconsistent guy. Like, it's not who is he when he's on. When he's on, he's on. When he's on, it's feast or famine. That's exactly what it is. And with a team like this, with guys that's locked in like Zach and DeMar and Vooch when he feels like proving me wrong, we don't have any use for Kobe.
I've been pleasantly surprised. Well, not pleasantly, but I've been happy with what I've seen from Vooch.
Yeah, I told you, man. I had to light the fire. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my ATL, my Atlanta niggas and shit, man. I had to light the fire, man. Like I had to.
Had to have a nice combo with Vooch.
Yeah, he heard the pod, man. He,
contract year Vooch.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I just really want to see a little bit more, give Pat more of an opportunity. Maybe that'll come as the season stretches. But like I said, Billy sees this nigga in practice, so maybe there's something he sees that we don't see.
I mean, but shit, man, like get at least let, and I know, like, we the fans, we whatever, our opinion is whatever, but for me, it's just like, let's see what we have in this guy, bro. Let's at least see what's out there. If he's just going out there taking wild shots and missing and going to the rim and he can't, then cool. Then now we know what we got. But if we never see him out there in those situations, it's gonna always be a what if. And I'm not.
He's having a strong game. Keep me alive. I really wish he'd stayed in. But AC, it's really tough. It's tough. But I just want to see more from him, man. But let's talk about Mr. DeMar DeRozan.
Oh man.
Big Debo. Became the 50th player in NBA history to cross 20,000 points.
Yes, congratulations.
Congratulations to Debo. He broke that in San Antonio. Great moment with him and Coach Pop. He speaks about how important Pop has.
Pop is the best.
Pop is,
he continues to be the best, man. Like, just the absolute, the standard when it comes to, I mean, on the court and off the court, quite frankly. But yeah, that was, shout out to Pop, man, calling that time out to have that moment.
Letting everybody acknowledge him. And I don't know if you've seen the Bulls All Access episode, which they have. The Bulls have a great web series.
They do. They do, because a lot of team shit is just like, oh, hey, look, these guys play for the team, and they go in the jerseys, and it's
let's show these niggas working out.
Yeah.
Like the Bulls is really good. It's like the third or fourth season they've been doing it. They've been doing it. Actually, might be long. It might be the fifth season. I feel like they've been doing it since the Zach trade.
A little minute, yeah.
So, but on the thing, you saw like they, Pop stopped it, so they, give DeMar a second, and like it was a couple seconds. DeMar was like, "All right, man, fuck this shit. Let's get this game back going." So it's like, and DeMar, man, he's
still got a game to play.
Yeah, like he's been. And let's just be clear, I was never the biggest DeMar fan before he.
I mean, but he played for the Raptors, bro. So I mean, like,
it wasn't even that he played for the Raptors. It was just like the playoff.
The shit he said about LeBron.
Not even that. No, that had a big thing to do with it too. I was like, nigga, what?
Yeah.
But there's really the playoff absences. Like that's the
I got you. Yeah.
That's the Achilles heel of DeMar.
That was a knock on DeMar for sure. Like,
you know what I'm
regular
saying?
season, he gonna come down and dunk on you for the game winner, but shit, playoff time come, it's like, where that nigga at? So,
and we even saw it this year, like outside the game too. He did not have a good series.
That's when niggas start scratching their head, like, man, niggas might have been right.
So it's like that. I wasn't the biggest DeMar fan, but seeing him every game, and I feel like his game is different now. It's more of a season game. Like he's more confident in his offense. It's like before you would scream. Like last year, it took me a long time to understand that mid ranges. I mean, I knew he was a mid range shooter, but sometimes you're like, damn, why are you taking that shot? But it's like now that's DeMar's shot, and you expect it to go in.
That's definitely a shot. Seeing him in person, like when I went to that Hawks game, to see it in person, bro, it literally looks like the game slows down when he pulls up for that shot. Like in real time watching that game, everybody's moving so fast. When he pulls up for that shot, he's holding it almost like a video game. You holding the aim, and it's like, all right, bet, here you go. And he was cashing shit, and it's fucking beautiful to see, man. Like that, his game is. He looks like he has the type of game where he's gonna be able to play until he's fucking 50 years old.
That's the thing.
Like you see how Katino Mobley is out there just like killing shit with the grape, looking like Ron Osley and shit. Like DeMar DeRozan is gonna be able to do that shit until he feels like not even playing basketball no more. Like it's just beautiful to watch.
And you can tell DeMar is respected by his peers, like very
absolutely.
Heavily. Like this nigga LeBron came to Compton for Debo, for the Drew League.
Bro, listen, shout out to my man Jackson Safon. He produces Draymond Green's podcast, and I asked him, of the players that he's seen and he had a chance to interact with, like who was somebody he learned something about, who was somebody whose stock went up in his book. And he said DeMar. He said DeMar DeRozan was just the guy who he's as genuine as people tell you he is. He's about his people, he's about his community, he's about the game, and he's just a great guy. So I think he's been partly responsible. He was responsible for changing the culture that is like the Chicago Bulls, like for 100%. Real. So that's
and I even love like you'll see them coming to the game. He's wearing an old school Rodman shirt. Like he's really adapting the history of the team, and that's why I love about. He's a leader, and he has like this vlog series that he did like of his summer workouts. He had the entire team out here in Los Angeles with the entire team.
It's important, bro.
The entire Dalen Terry wasn't even a bull for like a month, and he's already out here. So
that's where you win the games at, bro. You win the games off the court with your teammates because they can trust you on the court. And now when they get the barking at you on the court, it's not coming from a place of malice. It's coming from a place of that's my brother. And that's one thing I will give this entire team, not just one. They have great team camaraderie. There was also one of the episodes of All Access that I watched where Ayo, him and Pat was talking about. Pat was like, well, I didn't get rookie hazed. And he was like, we hazed Ayo a little bit, but now Ayo was like, He's like kind of looking rookie Hayes and Dalen Terry, but he also looking out for him. He said, "No, that's my boy." Like, yeah, we doing shit like he got passed out at Chipotle on the plane. And he's passed out Chipotle. He's like, "Oh, Debo, you got this. AC, you got this." We said, "At the end of the day, I got his back. Like that's my boy." And he even saw the Debo and Zach took the entire team to Six Flags a couple weeks ago, and you see all of them on the ride at the same time. I see it on it was like 3 people in my IG story. I was like, damn, the Bulls are Six Flags. And like everybody just saw like the whole team camaraderie as you see. And a lot of it has to do with DeMar. Remember the biggest thing for DeMar signed here, how him and Zach going to jail. Zach's going to be mad because he wants to be the star. Those two niggas, they are they're guys. They're homies. Like them niggas is like Raekwon and Ghostface, bro.
Yeah, like, they sit on a plane together. Like, and you really feel like there's a chemistry. And it's one of those things where remember how we was like, oh, I want Zach to have a shot. It's really just a who's kind of hot kind of thing. As we saw in Brooklyn last night. Debo like, oh, Zach hot.
Give it to him.
Zach had boots was like,
man, Zach was
giving him the ball.
Shit, bro.
Zach was I think set Zach off. when fucking Royce bum ass O'Neal was
Oh,
talking shit
man.
to Vooch, and then he hit that three and then
my
pointed at the
God,
Bulls
yo.
bench.
Bro,
If
listen.
you notice, that nigga
Listen,
went
dog.
score like 20 after that.
Listen, dog. When he pointed at the bench, I wanted to get in the game. Like, bro, like, Billy, come on, son. Like, put me in the game. Let me just make a get fouled or something. Like, bro, that's one of those moments where it's like you see what your team is about when they tested in those type of moments. Somebody do make a shot like that, you could fold and just be like, man, whatever. But that nigga Zach said, copy. Give me check the ball, check the rock. All right, cool. Let me give y'all niggas a done, and he did. I think he did score 20 of his points in the fourth, and that was every damn near every three he put up. It was like, God damn.
And the game against Charlotte is in Chicago. I thought it was in Charlotte. It's in Chicago.
Dub. I'm gonna just go ahead and predict the dub for us.
I hope. I don't know what to say. I hope, nigga. You
That's
never
wishful
know.
thinking.
These niggas did beat the Warriors last weekend. So I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
Maybe we'll see. But yeah, I just really love
shit.
everything that DeMar has been bringing to the team,
Yeah.
and so that's what I love about him, man. Let's talk about the young boy, Ayo, man. Look, man.
Oh my God.
Hey, man. Look, dog. I love Lonzo Ball. Hey, man. Hey, man, and you don't get together, dog. You might be in Utah, my boy.
Having said that,
you might be in Utah, my boy, because this nigga Ayo is looking good.
I mean, man, when you even when you even looking at the numbers, like he's one of those players where the numbers make sense when you watch him on the the court. Because a lot of times, a lot of people's numbers don't translate well to you watch him on the court. It's like whatever. His numbers are looking good this year too. I mean, he's playing around 30 minutes a game. He's averaging 13. I want to just say four rebounds, 4.5 rebounds, 3 assists, almost 2 steals, and almost a block with under 2 turnovers. Like, come on.
And
dog.
even the assist numbers don't tell the story.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
The assist number,
because he passes the ball way more than the assist numbers would.
But niggas don't be hitting.
That's the D Rose shit. When D Rose won his MVP, he could have easily had 13 assists a game.
Easily.
But niggas fumble the ball and then they'll make the second shot. It's like,
assist is a 2-person thing. Like absolutely, you have to make the fucking shot. But I just feel like what I've been most impressed about from Ayo is just his growth in general. It's the fact where he's not settling for bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Nope. If he has an open three, he's shooting it. He's just not. I feel like it was sometime in the second half of the season, which he was rookie, so you expected. He was just jacking shit up. He's not doing it anymore, but he's running the offense. He looks like a legit point guard, and he's playing good defense. Yeah. Him and AC took turns throwing Kyrie through a fucking table last night.
Bro, listen. Get Kyrie out of here. For multiple reasons. Get him out of here for multiple reasons. This is not one of those shows we're going to come in here with the koofies on and see what you really got to think about.
No, absolutely not.
He's an idiot.
If you follow anything I do, you know how I feel about that bozo ass
He's
nigga,
an idiot, right? Let's get that all the way clear. I'm so glad that the young boy said, not on my watch, sir.
Not on my watch.
You will not go out here and embarrass our people and then come and embarrass us. No,
sir. He had 4 points last night.
Yes.
4.
Yes. Shout. And my favorite thing about Ayo goes back to last year. He does not seem like a second-year guy. He didn't seem like a rookie. He's holding people accountable like he did last year. I saw Drummond getting into, I forget which game it was.
It was the first game of the season.
First game of the season.
Yeah.
Drummond was getting into it, and then Ayo walked up and calmly was just like, hey, bro, like
to a 10-year veteran.
To a veteran who just got to the team.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter because it's like, bro, once you got that jersey on, everybody's fair game. And the young boy is not out of control. He's not just like yelling, barking on dudes. He's really bought in, and he's bought some leadership from that standpoint to where when you bring new players onto this team, you can trust that the young boys is like, all right, cool. Bet. This is the team that we're running with. Cool. I love it. I absolutely love it, man. That kid, I can't say enough good things about Ayo. Like he's
been great. He's been great. And that's another thing too. We talk about the record. Like he missed a couple games too. So it's like I really just want to see this team healthy. And I know that's something that it's not just a Bulls problem. It's an NBA problem. The NBA has been since the pandemic, the NBA has been ravaged by injury. And a lot of it has to do with the schedule not being how it used to be.
Absolutely.
And so I hopefully people can stay healthy, man. But I just really love what I'm seeing for Ayo. And AK got to get that man a nice contract. The good thing is the Bulls own his bird rights because he got a weird deal where he's going to be unrestricted free agent this offseason. So maybe take care of that. But I also think like this is why I like all jokes aside about Lonzo. Lonzo needs to get back because if Lonzo misses the entire season, I could see a situation where they pay Ayo and they trade Lonzo. I can see it.
I'm not going to hold you, bro. Until we do this pod and talk about Zoe, I
He's
don't
not on
even
the
think
team.
about Zoe.
Then
Yeah, I mean
I'm
because
with you.
and again, my heart goes out to Zoe. I hope that he's good. Fuck basketball. I want that man to be able to play with his children and his family, and I want him to just be good, right? So this is not basketball fuel. If he can't contribute on the court, then a business decision is made at that point. And Io stepped right in. Now, if Io was just like whatever, he was like on some Kobe White shit, maybe Zoe would be a little bit more in our mind. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. So for basketball reasons, I mean, if Zoe doesn't come back, I mean,
that's my
it kind of is what it is at this point. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But again, I hope Zoe heals up well just in life. Fuck basketball.
I mean, yeah, opportunity comes from injuries too. I mean, we can look at NBA. Look, I was watching, when I was at the game that Paul George had a great game, and people forget Paul George got his opportunity because Danny Granger got hurt. Like that's the shit. Like Danny Granger was the guy in Indiana.
Hold on, wait, fuck all that. You know how many niggas probably done came up on a girl because her man couldn't make it. I'll drop you off. I bet. Now she know you the cool dude. Your car smell good and all that. She'll let you drop off. You know what I'm saying? And then later on, she telling you the relationship problems. No, that's another podcast. But I'm just saying, like it be like that.
That's a Summer Sessions conversation. But yeah, and so I'm with you on that. And hopefully we'll know more about Zoe in 2 weeks. I think we're like 5 weeks removed from surgery. So hopefully in 6 weeks we hear that the problem that they had got cleaned up.
Don't get it twisted. If you can add a healthy enough Zoe to be back in basketball shape to this team, we are going to be obnoxious again.
And that's the thing. And I'm glad you said that. My nigga, I'm glad you said that. Let's just think in the, everybody says worst case scenario. Let's think best case scenario. Let's say Zoe comes back around Dr. King Day.
Oh,
and he's looking good. The 3-ball, the defense, setting the offense. Now you got a very deep guard rotation. Now you you ain't gotta play Kobe bum ass no more
at all.
You can go with Zoe, Io, AC, Dragic,
God.
Zach.
Turn that up.
That's good.
Up.
That's good shit.
Dragic,
and so, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we're gonna get Dragic in seconds, but if Zoe can do that, that would be amazing. Now, LeVar said after surgery that they got the thing that was missing, and LeVar's been pretty honest about his son's update.
Shout out to Big VAR, man.
Shout out to Big VAR. So hopefully we hear something in the next couple weeks about an update on how he feels. Like if he's doing basketball activity by Thanksgiving, like if he's even dribbling, and I'm happy.
Don't talk to me.
I'm happy.
Don't talk to me and my family if he's doing basketball things.
I'm happy. And so that would be good, man. But long story short, man, I just love what I'm seeing for Io, and I hope he continues it, man. Let's talk about. We always talk about things that AK didn't do. Let's talk about some things he did do. He signed 2 veterans during the season: Goran Dragic and Andre Drummond. Drummond has missed the last 2 games with an injury. He's going to miss tonight against the Hornets. I think it's a shoulder injury.
Yeah,
nothing too serious. I think they're probably just moving it slow because they got a lot of games close together.
Yeah.
But in the games he's played, man, he's been looking great. He's averaging 9 points, 10 rebounds. I mean, he had like a game the other day where he had 17 and 14 against the Spurs. Like he's been doing all the things you want to do. Goran Dragic is giving you 9 points off the bench. He's shooting 54.2 from 3.
I was just about to say he shot damn near what he shot high 60s against the Nets from 3. He shot 50% overall from the field.
He helped them get back in that game.
Bro, listen, like we talked about this last year when we got Tristan Thompson, right? We didn't expect big things from Tristan Thompson, just rebound the ball.
Drummond is doing what we wanted Tristan to do.
Andre Drummond is doing exactly what we wanted Tristan Thompson to do, except that like he has a jump shot for him, not some shit you don't really know, some Michael Kidd Gilchrist shit going on like Tristan Thompson did. But he's doing exactly what we wanted. We talked about this on the preview pod. Rebound. If you can give us 10 points, we will take it every single time. But get us 14 boards, 15 boards and shit like that. He's averaging 10.
Yeah.
Dragic, he's out there doing his thing. He's running the point the way you want him to. He's a vet. He's playing out of his mind for his expectations. You look at Dragic in 2022, you don't really expect him to contribute much. He come in garbage time minutes or whatever, but he was a very, very important part. I tweeted it during the game. He was very vital to that win. If we don't have Dragic out there, we lose that game by double digits. Like 100%. let's be real about 100%.
This. So. He kept the game in striking distance. There was multiple times in the first half and the third quarter, like the Bulls lucky to be down 8. It's because Dragic keep hitting the 3. Dragic getting to the lane. Well, I love what Stacey King, the house of Dragic.
Yeah, house of Dragic. That was fire. That was fired, man.
Or when
I'm
he
still thinking
sings
that shit right now,
the
bro.
different strokes theme song every time Andre Drummond does something. Shout out to the GOAT Stacey King, man. Him and Adam made best booth in basketball.
Stacey King makes basketball fun.
Yes.
Like if you watch a Bulls game and Stacey King is calling it, like he makes basketball fun. And I remember he takes me back to like my teenage years watching basketball when it just used to be fun, bro. Like you just watch the Rockets versus the Mavericks on a random Tuesday night, and you like, man, that game was and the announcers play a big part in that. So shout out to Stacey King for making that the whole team.
Tell
you know
that he came from like a great lineage. He followed the legendary Johnny Red Kerr. You know what I'm saying? Johnny Red is the voice of my youth. My kid days in the 90s. Anybody, if you a Bulls fan in the 90s, Johnny Red, Norm Van Lier in the post game, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's a name.
And Neil Funk when he wasn't senile, but it's
yo, chill, bro.
No, Neil Funk was really good before he got senile. When Neil Funk started fucking up players' names, I was like,
it was over with. It was over with. Like, all right,
Adam Amin has been a great compliment. Adam Amin is the hardest working nigga, second hardest working after Stephen A. And it's for like he does everything. You'll see him doing the World Series. He out here doing the NFL game. So it's like Bulls got a great booth, man.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's just I really love what I'm seeing from Dragic and Drummond.
Yes.
Now, like I said, we gotta wait. This is all if they're still playing this way in a couple months, I'm good. Like everything you really gotta take with a grain of salt, whether it's negative or positive. You gotta take with a grain of salt because there's so many fucking games. Like I don't even start looking at the fucking standings till Christmas.
So like Christmas, Christmas
is really like the real opening day.
100%. This right here is this is like the in season preseason. Like let's see who got what. Let's see what lineups work. Let's see whose minutes need to be restricted. Let's see who needs to get a boost. And then by Christmas time, it's like, okay, cool. Now let's play ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And as long as you can stay afloat till Christmas, you don't have to be number 1 or number 2, whatever, but just stay afloat. Don't fall to 14th. You know what I'm saying?
I think the good thing for the Bulls is that nobody in the East outside of Milwaukee and Cleveland, even Cleveland's going to come back down to earth. Yeah. But nobody outside of Milwaukee is just like ripping shit right now.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily like shook of anybody or like any of that. I'm shook of us only. I'm only
shook of Milwaukee.
Us.
I'm shook.
No. That goes without saying. Like Giannis deserves all the respect in the world. The best to me, the best.
No, he's the best in the league. Giannis is not even close anymore.
I mean, it's one of those
not
things.
Close anymore. Yeah.
It's one of those things, and the dude is up there telling dad jokes and shit. Like he's great. Well, how can you not like that? Like, okay, come on. I live for shit like that. I'm a dad.
Yeah.
I live for shit like that.
Giannis be legitimately excited about shit.
He really do. He really do. He be like, what?
Like when you see, did you see the press conference when his commercial came on?
Yeah.
And he was legit astonished.
Because to him it's still like, no, I did this shit, bro.
He
like,
still think he still can't remember. He still can't actually accept that he came from Greece and he's doing this shit.
Because you go back to that skinny kid that said he wants to be an MVP and win a championship, and everybody laughed. They looked at him and was like, huh? And he's like, you look up all these years later and it's like
2-time MVP.
I did it again, Jigga. What the fuck?
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, yeah, man, but I'm not really shook of anybody outside of the niggas you need to be shook of. You know what I'm saying? It's everything is within striking distance as long as we play like we know how. So I'm not really looking at the teams ahead of us. I'm looking at us because if we play like we, supposed to play and shit go our way, we'll be good.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. I think health is the biggest key. You gotta stay on the court, man.
Yes.
We're gonna wrap this up with this last topic. Now, I'm gonna switch this question a little bit.
Okay.
What do you think? Because I think the main thing in Chicago sports right now, at least from Chicago sports fans, is what's the plan? What's the plan? Like, everybody's trying to figure out what the plan is, whether you're a Cubs fan or the Rick is actually gonna spend money this offseason. If you're a White Sox fan, how the White Sox gonna try to get over that hump of missing the playoffs last year. Bears fans, we were screaming for a plan. We finally got that plan.
I was about to say,
finally got that plan.
Because y'all got Chase Claypool, which is that's great.
I saw Chase Claypool in the Bears uniform just a second ago. I got very excited.
I think Justin Fields has played well enough. I texted you and told you after our game. I was like, yo, the kid got some heart, bro. Like he
the last month he's been doing it, and now we see Ryan Poe's vision. So it's like my question is, like, we all know that AKME stressed continuity and running it back. Do you think this is something they're gonna go through the entire season with, or is AK gonna do something like a Ryan Poles? Because Ryan Poles told us 2 weeks ago that I don't think we're gonna do nothing to trade deadline.
Yeah.
Fast forward 2 weeks later, Robert Quinn and Roquan somebody else and Chase Claypool's here. So and AK doesn't show his hand either. Do you think that it's a thing where AK is like, I'm gonna give it the first half, and then we're gonna adjust accordingly. What do you think is AK's plan for this season and going forward?
I do think so. I think last year he saw kind of what the ceiling was for this team. I think at times we probably overachieved a little bit because it was just like, oh shit, like I didn't know we'll be good, this good this quick. I think this year it's like, okay, let's see how we start this season off. Let's see how we looking around, trade deadline, all-star breakish, whatever. And I don't think the team that we see right now is going to be the team that finishes the season. Like I don't foresee him making some crazy splash trade where we trading star for star, none of that. But I do think there will be, additions. And if there isn't, then it's probably going to be because the asking price was too much and he probably didn't want to mortgage away too much. But this is not going to be, I don't think that this is going to be the roster that finishes the season out at all. Like I think the plan is to see, okay, what pieces work with the guys. We know DeMar, we know Zach, we know Vooch. Those are the three guys, right? Like that's the core. What pieces work with them? What pieces work well with them? And how can we improve? Like we need to get shooters. So I do think that we'll probably add one or two shooters to this team. I do. Going into the play, we're going to need to. I'm praying we do. But yeah, if you're asking me like plan wise, yeah, it's just to see like what's going on. Unless this team absolutely falls apart between now and Christmas, then like, yeah, I think shit is just kind of going.
It would get real interesting if that happened. Like,
yeah.
Then
I think Vooch might be out of here. Like if that,
I think
if
a lot of
that
niggas
happened,
would be out of here. I think if they like out of it, I wouldn't be shocked they try to tank for Vic. Like because the pick that we got that Orlando has is top 4 protected.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't think they'll
be I don't think anything like that's gonna happen. But like I said, I do feel like this is not gonna be like a the Stan Pat Pax era where it's like just fuck it, we're just gonna ride this team out the rest of the season and see. I think it'd be a waste of Zach and DeMar's time, honestly. I mean Vooch too. When Vooch feel like playing, I think it'd be a waste of their time if you finish the season out with the guys you got. You see Kobe, like, come on, son, we can't. Come on now, like.
Yeah, I think with me, I think it's more of a hope thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I hope that they're active with the deadline. I hope that they're looking at this like, okay, we want to see more because, like you said, last year, like the first, really just all of 2021. Because once the calendar hit 2022, that's when niggas started getting hurt.
Yep.
That's when we started being on national TV, getting the doors blown off. It's like the first 2 months was really fun. So I really feel like AK and me are like, man, let's just see the first half.
Yeah.
And then we can adjust. That's why I'm hoping that they say, okay, now we have a somewhat good of a sample size of how this thing can look, and then we can go forward and make stuff. Because the whole Stan and Pat thing, when the East has gotten so much better, didn't really make that much sense to me. But I got to trust in their plan, that they have a plan. And I know that's a hard thing for Chicago sports fans because a lot of front offices we have don't know what the fuck they're doing. So that's the thing that I'm hoping they're looking at, like, we're just going to watch this and then we'll see. We'll adjust where we are come trade deadline and then we move forward. Because I did think they were going to ask people who trade deadline last year and they didn't do shit. So that's what I'm hoping will be the difference this year.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like I said, man, last year I think we did a little bit of overachieving, and I think that they felt like, wait a minute, we don't want to move too quick to see, you know what I mean? Like we don't want to like disrupt anything, fuck up any chemistry, or add and take away things when we don't know what we have yet. We finished the season out in the playoffs, losing to the Bucks, which is like whatever, right? You lose to the Bucks, there's no shame in that. It's the Bucks. I just think this year we already know what we have. Now we just got to see who's going to be here moving forward. So, once we play up to what I think we, the standard we should be playing like around Christmas time, I don't think we'll be 500 by Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't foresee that. Now, if we are, we'll start to have a different conversation around that time. Yeah. You know what I mean? Truthfully, but it's just shooters, man. Honestly, and I think that right now they're probably doing their due diligence as we speak because it's November. And they're like, okay, well, cool. Let's get ahead of this shit right now so we can start to kind of see what people are asking for. Let's see who's going to be
conversations are definitely starting across the league. Nothing's going to happen at least for a couple months, but you definitely know though there's actual conversations being happening, man. But
just get us some shooters, man. Get us a goddamn shooter, get us a Christian Snoop, man. You know what I'm saying?
Get me Jordan Clarkson. Give me an Eric Gordon. Give me some guys like that.
You get Jordan Clarkson in the Bulls jersey,
bro.
Man, listen.
I would love.
He's
Jordan
instant
Clarkson
offense, bro.
Instant offense.
Jordan Clarkson is instant offense. You put him in any game, any situation, he's going to get you a bucket. He's going to get you an and one. He's going to get you a three. It's just we need those kind of guys. Like I said, you look around the league. everybody else has nice things. I want nice things for us. That's all. It's not too much to ask.
Call Utah. Utah trying to tank too. It's not gonna take much to prize.
Oh yeah. They mad as hell. They playing good right now. They looking around like you niggas just tripping. Like some of y'all gonna have to go. Some of y'all have a good ass little 2-week stretch. We're gonna sit you down and get you out of here, man.
Yeah, we not having this winning shit going on here, man.
No, sir. Yeah, send them on over here to us, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. But that's all we got for y'all this week, man. Of course, we back in another 2 weeks to go over more Bulls basketball tonight. They play the Hornets. When y'all hearing this, the game be over. So hopefully they won. Hopefully they sitting there above 500. That would be nice. I want to see a little consistency here from this group, man. So we back with y'all in 2 weeks. For Third Pick Podcast. You want to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, Barberchair Scott Mariano. Let them know they get in tune with
you. Yes, sir, man. At Mariano on Twitter, 2 N's, 2 O's. At Mariano Bivens on Instagram. We out here, man. Like you said, we'll be back in a couple weeks to give y'all an update and see what's going on and shit, man. Hopefully everything is copacetic and we above 500 because that's where you kind of want to be if you this team, dog. Like, I mean,
Exactly, man. Follow the Barbers Chat Network on Twitter and Instagram at Barbers Chat Net.
Yes.
Subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/Barbers Chat Network. Visit the site, thebcnet.com, man. We got a lot of stuff on there, man. The Barbers Chat shop is coming soon. Yeah, man. We'll holler at you in a couple weeks, man. We out.
Yeah.